with your writing that you now forget that you have other parts that you still have to attend to. So make sure that your work is between 450 to 500 range. Because the moment the examiner is marking and the examiner gets to 450, the examiner will have to stop it. The examiner will stop whatever ringing he has been doing. But we have to stop grading you from there. The examiner will still continue to finish reading it and will underline wherever your errors are. But your examiner would have gotten what your examiner needed. So you don't need all those. So what do you need? You write your essay. After writing your essay, then make sure that what you're writing is related to the content. That is about the content. So let's now look at organization. Okay. So what are the things that you should consider when you're writing your organization? What are the things you consider? From what I have there, the writing must be judged as whatever it is intended to be. It could be an article, a speech, a letter, an argument, or a debate. etc. That means if you are writing an informal letter, you are sent to write one address. Peradventure, you made a mistake and you wrote 2 addresses. That your organization is affected. Your marks there would be affected. So what do? Make sure that, okay, that means you have to learn all the features of this categories of writing before you even get into the examination. And those ones we have taught you several times. I know often you should know all those ones now. So whenever you're writing, okay, it has an address, I have the salutation, I have the introduction, I have the body, I have the concluding part. Then when you are done writing those ones, what do you now do? What do you do? Then you have your sincerely for an informal letter. We have your sincerely for comma followed by your name. So then also when you now look at your organization, that is the organization. So whatever you have, then you see your organization will still be marked over text. Then we have the expression too. Expression. Your work has to be clear. In this part, the examiner looks for things like this: the clarity, the general appropriateness of stuff, the variation of sentences, the structure type, and then also your figurative language. Then the skillful and sophisticated use of punctuation. That means using commas at the right time, using full stop at the right time. Those things will be looked at under your expression. Then we have mechanical accuracy. Under your mechanical accuracy, I've always advised whenever you want to write your eye, don't be so careless with your eye. Make sure you write it this way. There are some examiners, you don't know the person that will mark your work. So the moment you're writing, you continue writing your eye like this. This eye, per ring, is half a mark. Per ring is half a mark. So the moment you have like 20 errors, 20 rings in your work, you discover that already you have 0 there. So try as much as possible to write. To make sure you write a work that is free of errors. So let's now look at okay, we have looked at your expression. The expression is marked over 20. Your mechanical accuracy is marked over 10. Then okay, let's try to look at errors in grammar. What are the errors in grammar that you have penalized for? Number 1 is omission of an essential sentence. It could be a subject, it could be a predicator, it could be a complement. For example, some of you are so fond of I'm happy. Instead of you to write I am happy, what you write is I'm happy. This is totally wrong. So make sure you write this. This is the right one. Don't write it. Make sure you write it when you want to talk about I am happy. So the moment you omit this I'm happy, you discover that you have a ring there, error of omission. You have a ring there. So try as much as possible to avoid that. Then also, we talk about round tense. Using present when you also use the past tense. Some of you have this error always happens when it comes to your narrative. In narrative, you are to write it past and past perfect. That's narrative essay. But for your informal letter, other part of letter, you can still write, use your present tense when it is needed, and use your past tense when it is needed. Then another one is misuse of modal operators. What do I mean by misuse of modal operators? We have the modal verbs. You still remember your modal verbs? The may, might, can, could, should, shall. They are modals. So make sure that you don't misuse them when you write it. Then we have a misuse or omission of articles. You have to make sure that you don't misuse your articles. You don't omit your article. Then confusion or ambiguity in the use of pronouns. You have to make sure that there is no ambiguity in your writing. Make sure that your writing is clear. It's very clear. Then also we have the misuse of countable and uncountable nouns. I'm telling you things that are linked when it comes to what you are penalized for now. Then we also have wrong prepositions. Wrong what? Preposition. Maybe where you should use of, you are using for. Then you should use on, you are using to. Those are the things that you are going to be penalized for. Then errors in concord. Errors in comfort. Concord is the subject-verb agreement. So make sure that the subject agrees with the verb. Then also, we have misrelated participles. Then we have intransitive verb for intransitive, for transitive, and vice versa. Then we have active for passive, and vice versa. Then errors in comparative constructions. Then let's now look at so many more others. Then let's look at punctuation errors now. The following errors should be ranked. This is what I have with me is a marking scheme of the past exams that have been written. Then we have under punctuation errors. We have each full stop, question mark or exclamation mark, omitted or wrongly used. The misuse or omission of quotation marks, errors at the beginning or at the end of the quotation are to count as only one error. They're both single. Some of you, there's this thing that you are fond of doing. You know, there are some letters, there are some alphabets that you can't really say, okay, this is the small letter, this is the capital letter. In situations like that, we have O, the O. You discover that most of you, the flow that you are still writing, you just continue. When you are writing small, you continue like this, you continue like this. All these ones, they are taken for capital letters. Even C2. Then we have the S too. This alphabet, you have to be careful with them. Then we also have insertion of a comma between subject and verb, subject and object, etc. Then also, when you are abbreviating, you know abbreviation, you can do this, abbreviation, shortening of your words, you know, you can do that in informal letter, you can do that in your narrative, but formal letter, argumentative article, they're kind of like comma. So it's no area, don't try that when you're writing that. So also, let's now look at the spelling errors. Be sure with your spelling. If there's a particular word that you are not sure with the spelling, try as much as possible to avoid that word. Try as much as possible to avoid that word. You could use another word that is actually not as difficult as the one you want to write. So also, when you talk about consistency in your spelling, what do I mean by consistency? Consistency. Okay, you're writing British. For example, you know we have favor. We have favor. One is British, one is American. Please, if you are going to write this, stick to this. Don't write this and later in another part write this. No, don't do that. Make sure that you stick to a particular word. That is what we mean by consistency in your spelling. Then we have the length of composition. This is another